Good afternoon, students. My name is Wisdom Ogidi, and today we'll be discussing figures of speech under literature in English. Now, what are figures of speech? Figures of speech are words or phrases that have meaning other than their literal meaning. What that means is that you can't decipher, you can't decode the meaning of a figure of speech by its individual word. That means it has its own specific meaning. For example, when you hear a word like the man kicked the bucket, it doesn't mean that a man was walking by and kicked the bucket. What it means is that the man died. So can you see the meaning is different from its literal meaning? And we have several figures of speech, but for today's class we'll be discussing just 10. 1. Simile. Now, what do we mean by simile? Simile is a comparison of two things, ideas, objects, with the use of as or like, and this comparison is indirect. When you compare two things, ideas, objects, with the use of as or like. For example, when I say my wife is as beautiful as a zebra, my wife is as beautiful as a zebra, I'm comparing the beauty of my wife to that of a zebra with the use of as or like. Or when I say Michael's heart is as strong as a stone, you see what I'm trying to say is that Michael is heartless. His heart is, you can't even penetrate his heart. That's what I'm trying to say. When I say Okon ran as fast as a gazelle, I'm comparing the speed of Okon to that of a gazelle. Okon ran as fast as a gazelle. That is simile when you compare two things with as or like. Then we have metaphor. Metaphor is when you compare two things, ideas, objects, without the use of as or like. And this comparison most times is direct. You see, simile is indirect, but in metaphor is direct. Now for simile, for metaphor, now I can say my wife is a zebra. It doesn't mean I got married to a zebra. I'm comparing the beauty of my wife to a zebra, but this time around without the use of as or like. When I say Okon is a gazelle, I'm not saying Okon is an animal called gazelle, but I'm saying Okon is as fast as the animal called gazelle. So in simile, don't forget you compare with as or like. In metaphor, you don't compare with that as or like. Simile is indirect, metaphor is direct. Now we have personification. Now in simple terms, what that means is that you are giving human attributes, you are giving human characters to non-living things. You are giving human characters, human attributes to non-living things. That's what we call personification. For example, the sun smiled at me. That doesn't mean the sun literally smiled at you, but you are trying to show how harsh the weather is. So you are saying the sun smiled at me. Or the dog complained of tiredness after working for 24 hours. So you are giving the human attribute of talking, of speaking, of complaining to a dog, which is not possible. So that is what personification. Now we have euphemism. Now euphemism is when you present harsh terms, harsh words, harsh information in a mild way or in a simple way. When you present unpleasant information in a much more pleasant way. Like I gave an example when I was starting, the man kicked the bucket. When I say the man kicked the bucket, it's just a way of saying the man died. Or when I say Nana was put in the family way, that means by the gate man. Nana was put in the family way by the gate man. That means Nana was impregnated by the gate man. Or when I say Michael, why do I like using Michael? When I say Michael is a light-fingered fellow, that means Michael is a thief. So Michael is a light-fingered fellow. So that means Michael is a thief. Now we have hyperbole. Now when we come down to hyperbole, what we're trying to say there is that, hyper means too much. When you say someone is hyper, something is hyper, that means it's too much. So hyperbole is a figure of exaggeration. A figure of exaggeration when you say something, when you exaggerate something because of its effect. We do this mostly and mainly for effect. For example, when I say I'm so hungry I can eat a cow. I know I eat a lot, but I'm so hungry I can eat a cow. I can eat a cow, but that's to show how hungry I am. I'm doing that for effect. Or Michael is so thirsty he can drink a well of water. I'm using that for effect too, to show how thirsty Michael is. Or my brother thanked me 1,000,000 times. It's not possible for someone to thank you a million times, but you're just showing the effect of how much it thanked you. So hyperbole is a figure of exaggeration. Irony. When we talk about irony, is when you say something and you mean something else. That is the simple definition of irony. When you say something and you mean something else. For example, you can say the goalkeeper was so good that he considered 10 goals in the match. You know what we're trying to say there is that the goalkeeper is not good at all. So I'm saying something, but definitely what I mean is something else. The goalkeeper is so good that he considered 10 goals in a match. Or what lady can I use? Bimpe is so responsible that no one wants to marry her. So what I'm trying to say there is that Bimpe is irresponsible. So that what we call I said something else and I'm meaning something else. Now we're coming here to oxymoron. Now in oxymoron, what that means is that when you place two contradictory statements side by side, two statements of contrast side by side, that's oxymoron. Oxymoron is when you place two statements of contrast side by side for effect too. For example, parting is such sweet sorrow. Parting is such sweet sorrow. Now we know something that is sweet cannot be sorrowful, and what is sorrowful cannot be sweet. But when you place sweet and sorrow side by side, that figure of speech is called oxymoron. Or it was a bittersweet experience at the village. We're placing two opposite ideas side by side, bitter and sweet. Or a small crowd gathered at my wedding. We know that you can't put small and crowd. Something that is a group of people that is small cannot be a crowd, and a crowd cannot be small. That means you are placing two opposite ideas, two opposite words, ideologies side by side. Alliteration. Now, alliteration is a repetition of initial consonant sound in a sentence. Repetition of initial consonant sound in a sentence, and this is used mainly in poetry. For example, you might have something like Walter wondered where Willie was. Walter wondered where Willie was. Now the consonant sound that is repeated there now is the sound W. Walter wondered where Willie was. Nick needed new notebooks. Nick needed new notebooks. The end sound is repeated initially. Nick needed new notebooks. Now we have rhetorical question. Rhetorical question is a question that does not have an answer. The speaker asks the question, but it's not expecting an answer. It's not expecting an answer from the crowd or from the audience. Oh, Death, why did you do this to me? That's a question. But of course, Death will not answer me. So, oh, Death, why did you do this to me? That's a rhetorical question. Asking a question without expecting an answer from the audience or from whoever you're asking the question from. And we have synecdoche. Now, synecdoche is using a part to represent the whole, using a whole to represent a part. That's synecdoche. You can say, for example, Nigeria won the match against Croatia. I want to say Nigeria. It's not the whole Nigeria that played the football match. Just 11 people that played the match. So we're using a whole Nigeria to represent 11 people. So Nigeria won the match against Croatia. Or I saw a sea of heads. I saw many heads at the stadium. Of course, not only heads, so that means you saw people at the stadium. They are using heads to represent the people. They are using a part to represent the whole. Like I said earlier, there are so many figures of speech, and for this class, we are discussing just 10. The next class, we're going to discuss more figures of speech. Thank you. Stay safe and be calm.